Too close. Sit down.
Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome aboard the Opta Tramp. My name is Ash. I'll eventually be our driver guide. We're going to wait a little bit longer for some folks to come and join us. While we're waiting, can you help us out with a quick sound check, please? If this will be a comfortable going for the next half hour, can you please raise your hand? Okay, that's 3 of you. If you need it louder, can you raise your hand, please? All right, louder. If you still need it louder, can you raise your hand, please? All right, one person saying louder. If you need it lower now, can you raise your hand? All right, we'll keep it right here. Feel free to wave goodbye to the folks at the station. We'll be back in about 25 to 30 minutes from our trip into the fields of Africa. So welcome aboard, folks. For those of you who just joined, my name is Ash. I'll be our driver and guide. And a few safety reminders for everybody as we take off. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated while the vehicle is in motion. We will be stopping periodically, and when we come to a complete stop, feel free to stand up and take a good look around. You do have doors on either side of you. These doors are only latched but not locked, so please do not leave or sit on them, as you're not meant to support or wait. If you're encountering a medical emergency, take a look at that ceiling above you. You'll find 2 yellow strips, one on either side. Press and hold that yellow strip. You'll get my attention up front, and I'll call the med for you. If you're seeing the first car and you're still looking for those yellow strips, good luck. They're not there. We have this nifty little window here. Bang on it, yell me, that'll get my attention. And if your medical emergency is that you're experiencing cuteness overload from any of the animals out here today, that is not in fact a medical emergency unless you're experiencing other symptoms. Right, so folks, we are starting to get surrounded. Oh, I thought I saw that. There are cheetahs that live over on our right-hand side. I thought I saw an ear in the tall grass to our right, but perhaps not. So keep your eyes peeled. There are 2 cheetahs out here somewhere. We are surrounded, though, so to our left-hand side, prey animals, giraffes standing tall in the palm tree forest, rhinos down in the valleys, and scattered throughout the hillsides, antelope, gazelles, and various bird species. Now, this is just a quick preview of the fields around us. We will be back this way on our way back in from the main valley, so be sure to send all these animals some love. We are going to head out to the main valley first, loop around out there, and come back this way shortly, I promise. For the first timers, if we do have any first time riders on board, I do want to know we're not going to get a chance to talk about everything that's going on out here today. Like the flamboyant greater flamingo you'll find to your right, and their 20-something great lucky chicks. You know, folks have dedicated their lives to learning and researching about these animals, and we just don't have a lifetime to spend out here. We've got all about half an hour to make our way around these fields today. So be sure to take a good look all the way around. We're absolutely going to get surrounded on the ground and in the air by African wildlife, California wildlife, and if we're lucky, we might even find some migratory animals. So do take that good look all the way around. I'll do my best to highlight what's going on out here for you. Specifically, I'll be highlighting the rare species, the endangered and critically endangered animals that are held here at this park. But if you see something and you have questions about it, feel free to ask myself or any of my coworkers when we get back to the station. Oh, if you are looking about, you might have found a crash of southern white rhinoceros here at Anside. 6 ladies to be exact, and this park has done quite a bit to help out the southern white rhinos. Oh, they're rolling in the mud. Now, 100 years ago, the southern white rhinoceros actually got down to less than 50 individuals worldwide. To put that in perspective, there are currently more than 50 humans on this tramp. But thanks to some great conservation efforts, which included anti-poaching laws, and breeding right here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, we helped get their populations up to over 20,000 individuals just a couple years ago. Literally bring them back from the brink of extinction. Unfortunately, they're not quite out of the woods yet. Poaching for rhino's horn has been on the rise since 2007. We're currently losing about 3 to 4 rhinos every single day, over 1,000 a year. Why? Quite a few cultures believe the rhino's horn has medicinal properties or is a status symbol. And in reality, it's actually made of the exact same stuff as our fingernails and our hair, a protein called keratin. So please do help us spread that word that rhino's horn is not medicine, it's not a status symbol. And we'll continue to do our best efforts here with our breeding programs and research and conservation. By the way, that's primarily what we do here at this park. We are a breeding facility. Part of the reason why we think we've been so successful is because we have huge fields like what you'll find on your left-hand side. And this is that main valley I was referring to before. So as a quick preview, what we'll find out here today, way out in the far ground, you might spy some giraffes. And the meeting ground, antelope, gazelles, and sheep, buffalo all up and down the grassy hillside. And in the foreground, in the water, up on the mainland, over the island, great white and Dalmatian. Now, when I say we've been successful as a breeding facility, throughout these 1,800 acres on average, while the baby born here about once a day. Moms are raising their youngsters out here just like they would out in the wild, passing on different defense and survival strategies, which will allow these animals to be candidates for reintroduction. And then, once it's safe to do so, we can get these animals back out into their native environment so they can play their important role. We have successfully reintroduced about 40 different species so far. But of course, before we reintroduce any animals, we've got to make sure it's safe for them to return. Now, whatever caused these populations of animals to decline is no longer an issue, as the habitat these animals are going back to have the resources necessary to maintain these animals. Having sufficient resources is actually a big problem for the Grevy's zebra over on our right-hand side. Look carefully on that hillside, you might find a little zebra foal born at the end of July. Now, Grevy's zebra are incredibly water dependent, ideally drinking water every single day. And in fact, they follow the seasonal rains to ensure that they'll have enough to drink. Unfortunately, with severe droughts been going on in Africa, there is less water and resources available for humans and wildlife alike. And so the Grevy's zebra population continues to struggle and decline. You're trying to help them out here with our breeding programs, as you might have seen there with the little ones. But we also need these animals out in their native environments. They all play important roles. Mammals and birds alike. So as we keep coming forward here, lots of different bird species to your right-hand side. Vultures on top of the boulders. Closer to the water area, you'll find herons, storks, cranes, spoonbills, and ibis. Now, just like mammals, birds do play important roles in their environment. Vultures go around eating the carcasses and carrion left behind by predators, thereby preventing the spread of diseases like tuberculosis, rabies, anthrax, and plague. Diseases which would make us humans sick. So definitely want to get these animals back out into their native environments as soon as it's safe to do so, so they can play those important roles. Unfortunately, just like mammals, birds are facing challenges to their population. Of the 11 different species of vultures in Africa, 7 of them are currently endangered or critically endangered going extinct, just like the western rufous vultures you saw there. Fortunately, not everything we'll find out here today is endangered, critically endangered, or even threatened with extinction. We're starting to get surrounded by species that have the conservation status of concern. And that includes the red river hogs and their young you'll find to your right. That also includes most of the antelope, gazelles, and Cape buffalo you'll find to your left. Having a conservation status of least concern means these species populations are still doing fairly strong. And that's what we love to see. But even so, we want to help them out with our breeding program, help keep these populations nice and strong. We don't want to wait to help the species when their numbers are already declining, because then it might become too late. So if you are in need of some baby action in your life, you're in the right place. Nearly every herd out here has little ones right now, just a matter of how we can find them. So starting off the meeting ground to our left, shaggy brown animals are lips and waterbuck. Quite a few youngsters out there. Their youngest is about a month old. As the key comes forward here in the foreground of the feed trough, chocolate brown antelope curved horn is a stable antelope. The rest of the herd is up on the hillside. They do have a newborn that's a couple weeks old at this point. Let's get past these trees and look up on top of that hill. The newborn is going to look like a small tan pile of dirt, a pile of sand. It's got a lighter brown coat than the rest of the herd. So look back towards that herd there. Let's see if you can find it. Its wiggling ears might give its position away.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, I see some fingers pointing. Look way up on that hillside. Chocolate brown animals once again are stable animals. You're finding the darkest one out there, that's the male. And just in front of him, little baby in light brown. Now, babies that are in with their herd are going to be the easiest ones to find, but not all moms keep their babies in the herd for that very reason. Some moms will enroll their babies in daycare. In the animal world, a daycare center is known as a creche. Other moms will utilize that baby's extra camouflage and hide it away among fallen trees, among boulders, sometimes while in plain sight, but somewhere moms not think a predator will find their little one. So as we're making our way around the fields, or as we're walking around the park a little bit later on, check those hiding spots. I'll do the same. If I find any hidden newborns for you, I'll be sure to point them out. Animals big and small generally blend in to something. Even the ostrich to our left, when they sit down, they'll look like bushes. Or the giraffes, when they stand with the trees, they'll look like they're part of the trees. Speaking of giraffe, these are Maasai giraffe that we're approaching to our left. Couple babies out here, one of which is sitting down with its head up like a periscope. That's a 1-year-old you're seeing there. A shorty still about 12 and a half feet tall.
Or is that the baby?
That's the baby, the one that's sitting down.
It's so big.
And then just beyond our giraffe friend, you'll find another youngster out in the meeting ground, and a giraffe youngster hanging out with the Cape buffalo. The Cape buffalo also have 2 babies at the moment. One that's about 3 months old, and then a little one that's about 3 weeks old. So as you can imagine, here at the park, we do have baby fever. We already have lots and lots of little ones, and we still want more. We especially want more babies for the great animals coming up on our right-hand side.
I think you could
Those
chill.
are Somali wild ass.
They're like all the way up
6 or 7 foals at the moment, youngest one of which is about 3 months old. Somali wild ass are not doing so tough right now. Last population count for them was in 2008. There was less than 200 individuals left in the wild. What
They're
caused
all
their
eating.
population to decline? Well, considering they come from areas with a lot of civil unrest and war, these animals do become collateral damage. If there's any protections for those species before those wars began, due to the political instability, those protections are no longer enforced, and poaching does become rampant. The small wildcats are currently critically endangered going extinct. We're trying to help them out here with our breeding program so you can see there with all the little ones. And hopefully we'll continue to have more foals out here in the future. Alright? So send some love and some love to all the animals around us. We're going to make our way up the hillside ourselves, see what we can find. We may pass some antelope gazelles on our way towards the top of the hill. Let's take a pause when we get up towards the top. Oh, we are going to pass a rhinoceros to our left-hand side. She's just on the other side of the keeper truck. If you get a glimpse of her, that's Lemby. She's an eastern black rhino. In Africa, there's actually two main species of rhinos, white rhinos, black rhinos. And if you get to see her here, and since you've seen at least one of each today, you'll notice they're all colored gray. By helping spread the word that rhino's horn is not medicine, it's not a status symbol, you'll be helping all 5 species of rhinos around the world.
No, dude, over here is real.
Oh no, that's the first one.
Well, coming up towards the top of the hillside, we're absolutely going to get surrounded. You have a beautiful view all the way around. Antelopes, gazelles, various bird species, all the way around. So take a moment just to enjoy the wildlife. We are surrounded by wildlife every single day. It's just a matter of whether or not we recognize it. It's not usually this blatant though. So enjoy the views, enjoy the light breeze. It is absolutely stunning out here.
It's way over there, Mommy. Because it's high in the sky, but why? I see palm trees. I see palm trees.
We have like 7 more minutes.
No, a palm of tree. Why do you like her more than me? It's a palm of tree.
You tired? What? Two bottles or? You have cans, water bottle or? Want water?
I want to eat pizza for this other fish in that lake.
Maybe.
Damn, tengo pinche.
Well, folks, here at the park, we're not just about helping animals from the other side of the world. We're also trying to help out plant animals from right here in California. And that's what you're seeing if you're looking up the slope here right inside. This is in California, home state. And it's currently the second most endangered habitat in the United States. Second one in Hawaii. So the park is set about half its acreage, about 800, 900 acres. Protect the plants and animals that live right here in California. The rest of the acreage goes to animals that are busiest from the other side of the world. There's Lefty again to our left-hand side. Just kind of got to keep our truck to block our view. So half our acreage for the animals busiest from the other side of the world, half our acreage for the native wildlife. So as you're looking up the slope today or walk around the park a little bit later on, you might find some native Californians like California mule deer, bunny rabbits, roadrunners, and lizards. Or if you're looking to the skies, you might find some turkey vultures and hawks sliding overhead. We are very fortunate here in Southern California. This is one of the very few biological hotspots in the nation, which means we have a lot of biodiversity here. Lots of different species of plants and animals. So definitely enjoy the native wildlife as well. Now, when it comes to protecting habitats for animals around the world, that does mean we need to protect the plants and other resources that come with these animals' habitats, and this park is a registered botanical garden. So I'll point out one of the plants for you coming up on our left-hand side. Please do not reach out to this tree. It's got some gnarly thorns, and that'll hurt. But folks up front, you're up first. This is the giraffe's favorite tree to eat, the thorny acacia.
Giraffe's
The giraffe
favorite
loves
food.
this tree so much. They won't put up with those big old thorns to get those itty bitty leaves. Alright, so this park is also a registered botanical garden with 1.75 million different specimens of plants. Come back to the park different times of year. Not only will you find different babies out here, like the baby sable antelope down below, you'll find different migratory species making their way through. You'll also find different plants in bloom. Stop to check out those blossoms. You might spy some pollinators hard at work. Birds, bees, butterflies. Pollinators are a really good indication of healthy environment. We would not be able to maintain this habitat without them. Just like we need all of these animals to play their important roles. And that's why it gets so scary when we almost lose them to extinction. But by coming out here today, you're helping us to fight extinction. Through our breeding program, look up slope to your right hand side. White animals are scimitar and horned oryx. They had a baby explosion recently. One of those newborns is visible up on the hillside.
I don't see it.
By coming out here today, you're also helping us out with our reintroduction programs. And you're wondering what type of animals we've reintroduced. We've reintroduced the scimitar and horned oryx. And by coming out here today, you folks are helping us out with all that research and conservation we do have going on worldwide. And you're making this all possible because this park and our South Campus San Diego Zoo is one big private not-for-profit organization. So thank you so very much for being a part of us and keeping all of this up and going.
I want to work here.
Now, of course, we cannot maintain all these conservation efforts on our own. We do need the help and support of folks just like you, making informed decisions in your daily lives to help out these animals. Like knowing that rhino's horn is not medicine, it's not a status symbol. Or knowing that by conserving our own resources like water, we can save resources and habitats for these animals. It is in fact that simple. We now live in a global economy. So from the foods that we eat or avoid, we're all avoiding harmful. But track devices that we purchase, we do impact to these animals every single day. If you'd like to learn more about how that works, go to our website. It is a great resource.
Mommy, Legos super fast and nobody can
Well, folks, I promised y'all would make our way back towards that first valley where we started off. Here we are. There are some giraffes and rhinos out and about when we were first out here. I think I have my eyes on some rhinos again, so I'll get you a bit closer. These are southern white rhinoceros, just like the 6 ladies we saw earlier. I mentioned before we've done quite a bit to help them out. We've had 97 calves born here so far. It looks like we have some of those youngsters down in the valley eating at the beach. Oh, and the newborn is up on the hill. Oh my gosh, we have all the babies here. Alright, the 2 older babies are at the feed trough with mom in the feeding ground. The 2 youngest baby rhinos are up on the hillside mowing their lawn with their mamas. This is primarily what rhinos do. By mowing the lawn, they create grasslands for other animals. They prevent fuel from fires. They also prevent habitats for rodents and other disease-carrying pests to develop, which will once again affect us humans. Alright, so the rhinos are the lawn mowers. The giraffes are the tree trimmers. The giraffe you'll find to our right-hand side are Rothschild, also known as Gringo or Ugandan giraffe. They're one of the breeds of giraffes that there are, so we're trying to have lots of little ones for them. Our youngest one is in the meeting ground, sitting down with his head up like a periscope. When you find him, he is just shy of 2 months old. Now, giraffes, unfortunately, are not immune from wildlife trafficking and poaching. They're currently being targeted for their hide as well as for their meat. Over the last 15 years, we've actually lost over 40% of the giraffe's global population. There's still lots of work to be done. Now, on this tour today, I know we did talk about different endangered, critically endangered species, and I know that can be overwhelming. But as you learn about these animals and how we can make a difference for them in our daily lives, feel free to start by learning about your favorites. Personally, I have 2 favorites. I love rhinos and I love bees. So if you prefer giraffe or smallie wild ass or vultures, feel free to start with them. Learn about your favorite species, what they need in their environment to survive, what's causing their populations to decline if their populations are in fact declining, and learn what we can do in our daily lives to help them out. By learning about and advocating for our favorite species, we in fact advocate to protect the entire ecosystem that's built around that species, including protecting the habitats those animals come from, protecting the plants and other resources that come with those animals' habitats, and of course, protect the other animals that live out there too.